Jay could probably tell him, like, hey, man, just vote yourself off and, fucking do it. So, my name's Alex, and this is my friend
Cameron, and we are here with the Survivor podcast.
Yeah, so we're covering season 33. There's been a lot happening, but we're only going to cover episode 9.
So, Alex, tell me what happened at the beginning of the episode.
Seems like the tribe was very divided at the very beginning, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, Taylor and Jay seemed like they were on the bottom of the totem pole. They kind of knew that they were leaving. I thought it was kind of interesting that Taylor hid some food at the last episode, and he basically brought Jay over. He's like, you know what, man? Let's share some food here, whatever. So they were sharing their last meal together. But you know what? I think Jay is actually gonna make it towards the end. The one person I really don't want to make this end of Survivor was fucking Adam. He's not decisive with his votes, like a backstabber.
Zeke and Hannah also expressed this about Adam, and you've heard Zeke, not only in this episode, but last episode, say that Adam is a terrible ally, he's playing too hard, and Adam also acknowledges this. He says that he's playing too hard.
The whole tribe came up to him, and they told him which way they wanted him to vote. He was still up in the air. It's like they were basically giving him a free pass, and he was still being kind of a twat about it.
Hannah said it perfectly when she's like, Adam just needed a seat at the cool kids table. So I want to get into these alliances that are going on right now. So the way I see it, I see that there's 4 small alliances, like trios, and really that faction of 9 that's voting against the Triforce, if you will, is really just a bunch of small alliances.
The Triforce is pretty much gone. Biggs is gone. Taylor's gone now because he got voted off at the end. But the only one that's left is really Jay and then like Will. I don't really like Will for the fact that he's like kind of a yes man. Like he pretty much will follow. He's like a sheep. He will follow Jay blindly into whatever Jay tells him to do, even if Jay could probably tell him, like, hey man, just vote yourself off and fucking do it. One thing I don't like about Will, but when he did that one challenge where he stayed in place for like an hour and a half, I was pretty impressed with that. Like I could see a lot of determination right there. Maybe in the later episodes he might show like more initiative to like play the game, but like right now he's not playing the game.
So let's talk about that reward challenge where Hannah is a captain and Brett is a captain, and I don't know if Hannah knows how to be a captain, but she picked the worst possible team ever.
Oh my god, I hate Hannah. I want Hannah to go home. Adam and Hannah, I want to go home. Hannah, indecisive. She's kind of a weak player.
She's kind of neurotic.
She fucked over like her previous alliances. Like I just don't trust her. So if I was playing, I would have probably tried to vote.
What do you think about that reward? Brett got so drunk. He had 9 drinks.
I thought he was kind of enjoying himself. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I like to see some personality. But he was kind of
like revealing his hand a little bit there,
So we saw in this episode that Sunday was talking to Jay, and then she wanted to get Gen X Jessica out. She wants Jessica out, went to go talk to Brett, and then Brett went to go talk to Chris, which we never saw, but I assume it was squashed because that plan didn't fall through. However, this sets up something potentially for next week because it seems that there are cracks within Gen X.
I feel like Ken has the strongest chance out of all of Gen X right now to make it towards the end because he's got Dave in his pocket. Dave, I don't think he's going to make it towards the end. Like, I kind of feel like he's just going to let it all blow up in his face. He can't win challenges. He's reliant on other people. Ken, on the other hand, the last challenge he won. He balanced that ball. He could have sat down, ate food, had some beers. He knew he was safe, but he was still going to play the challenge to prove that, he could do it.
So to speak more about that immunity challenge, it was down to Taylor and Ken indeed pulls it off. But before they could play in the challenge, Jeff gives them an option to sit out for beer and soft drinks for Will, which was a recurring theme this episode. It happened for the reward and the immunity challenge. It was like, oh, we got all this mimosas and soft drinks for Will. We got this beer and grilled cheese, but soft drinks for Will. Why do you think Jeff is so adamant about being like, oh, and soft drinks for Will?
I think he's trying to entice the survivor, because like that's more of like more or less a trap in my opinion. Things can change on a dime. Like we've seen in other seasons, like things just can instantly change. Even at Tribal, nobody is safe. No one is ever safe.
But Will and Zeke felt safe enough to sit out.
They did, yeah, that's true. I guess Will would feel safe because he's got Jay in his pocket.
And they might be targeting Jay and Taylor before Will, to be fair. they're not going to target Will, unless if you're Adam and irrationally hate Will for no reason.
When they went to tribal council, the thing that really fucked Taylor, he admitted that he hid food. I think that it was smart that he said him and Adam hid food. I think he should have, that it was good that he led with that. But maybe he should have pushed the case that Adam had an advantage in the game more so.
Yeah, that was a huge blow up at tribal council with.
But still, I mean, when you got starving players, I mean, they're gonna have more resentment towards you if they know you're chowing down.
Yeah, and he claimed to have ate all of it.
At that point, they were probably extremely pissed off.
Oh yeah, Jay called him like a dumb surfer, and he has dreams and aspirations.
I
but
think Taylor didn't take that personally because he knew when they were sitting on the beach and Taylor and Jay were talking, it was either gonna be one of them. They both knew that. So at that point, it was more or less like the game they were playing. And Jay, that's kind of why I think Jay's gonna make it towards the end because he's got the mentality of he'll say what he needs to say at tribal council to get them to vote his way.
And Jay has the hidden immunity idol. Jay, but he could use that to his advantage to launch himself further into the game.
You think Will ever him and tell anybody about that?
Oh, so you didn't watch the scenes for next episode? All right.
No, I didn't watch this.
So in the scenes for next episode, Will talks to Zeke and says, Jay has the hidden immunity idol, and then Zeke goes to David.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah, it spreads like wildfire, and it's
I can see how that
not getting good. But see, I don't understand why he does this because who else are they going to vote out if it's Jay that plays the idol? That means Will is going home. So this isn't making sense for Will.
That play that's kind of a stupid play on Will's part. But then again, I kind of think Will's a stupid player to go home. I think he's just a stupid kid in high school that just needs to go back and finish his senior year.
And also about the scenes for next episode, it also talks about Gen X Civil War that's going to happen.
I kind of felt like that was going to eventually collapse.
9 is just way too many people for an alliance.
Yeah, I mean, the Gen X thing was just gonna hold up for so long. I mean, you can't just have that all the way till the end. That's just not gonna fly. Personally, I would feel more comfortable in the middle if I was in Survivor. I would never feel comfortable at the top or the bottom. If you're at the top, people have a target on you. If you're at the bottom, you're just an easy vote.
Yeah. So who do you think is in the best position in the game right now, going into next week?
Ken, because it's not at the top, so nobody's got a target on him. I mean, he's not at the bottom either. I mean, Jay right now, I'm pretty sure Jay's on the bottom. Just because they voted Taylor out and his alliance is pretty much done.
Yeah.
He's pretty much on his own right now.
Yeah, and to speak about that, not only did Will betray Jay in that scene, but he also voted out Jay in this episode. So Will voted out Jay, and Jay voted for Taylor.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I think Will is done with Jay. I think Jay is the lone wolf, and Will is trying to aggregate himself back into the tribal dynamics, and that's just evident.
I mean, that's just the thing that pisses me off about Will. He's just a yes man. He'll go. He's not making any plays. Sure, him telling people about the idol was a play of his own, but he's still on the bottom. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He's just going with the flow. If they vote off Jay and Jay plays the idol, it'll be fucking Will that goes home, not Jay.
Exactly.
And that's he's just not a good player. I just don't like Will, and I don't like Adam either.
Okay.
I know Adam and Jay both have an idol.
David as well.
David has an idol as well. Yes. I thought that was kind of funny how he got 2 idols in the show. He's been very lucky.
It helps when you know what to look for. You're looking for the tribe printed on a log, and then it's like, oh, there's paint on a log. I wonder what could be here. Basically, you're not looking for
I'm just surprised that none of the other players would go out of their way to look for it either. Maybe they just didn't film that. But
oh, I'm assuming that they were looking. It's just they're not going to just show people wandering around and nothing. There's so much going on this season that they have enough to just not
fill up the hour or whatever they gotta fill.
So I want to talk about what you think is going to happen next week. Who do you think is going to go home and why?
I think it's going to be Will, because I think it's all going to blow up in his face. They're all going to vote for Jay. If they all vote for Jay, he'll just play his immunity idol. If they all split the vote between Jay and Adam, I mean, like,
Jane will.
well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there are people in the tribe that want to get rid of Adam too.
Yeah.
Because Jay's not stupid. I mean, he'll like try to like convince people to like vote for Adam between him and Will. And if he doesn't, he might get screwed
Mhm.
in the end. But I mean, if he catches like if he realizes that Will is trying to screw him, then or if they come out in the open, they're like, oh, we know you have an immunity idol, and if he doesn't feel comfortable in the next tribal council, and if he doesn't get immunity, he might. I mean, like,
He'll
he
probably
might
play.
get voted. I mean, it's either way. It depends if they play their immunity idols. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So what's?
If they don't play their immunity idols, then like maybe one of them would go. But
I need a final answer here,
if they
Alex.
both play it, then I'm pretty sure Will will go.
Okay. And I am actually
Jay's
gonna.
a pretty smart player, so I'm pretty sure he could get to blow up in Will's face and get Will to go.
Yeah. We've seen that time and time again that Jay is a smart player, but I don't think Will or Jay is going to go home. I think the Gen X Civil War is going to take place, and I think Sunday is going to orchestrate a plan against Jess that includes Jay and Will, and it's not even going to. Adam and Zeke aren't going to see it coming. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Jessica is
totally
going to
see that
leave.
happening, actually. Yeah, they could totally turn around. I'm pretty sure they're still going to be gunning for Jay, just because once they realize that he has the immunity idol, I mean, they're just not going to feel comfortable with him. Like, they're gonna want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And they might try to split the vote between him and someone else. So they might split between him and maybe Jessica, possibly.
I think maybe David would be thinking along those lines, which is why Sunday can use that information to try and pounce against his ally Jessica. Anyway, so this was a good episode. We'll come back next week with this.
Looking forward to the next episode. I think a lot of crazy things are going to go on.
Yep.
It's very interesting, like the dynamics that like keep changing in the game.
Oh yeah. Oh
Between
yeah.
like the groups, like there are always cracks. I think the best players that play the game look for those cracks, and they can they can convince people to come to their side once they realize there's ascension in the ranks.
Yeah,
join your side.
I don't think Jay is out of the woods yet. I think there's still a lot for him to do, and I think he will actually skate by this week. That's it for today. I'm Cameron.
I'm Alex. I'll talk to you later.